Hey guys, me Dave. It's 6/2/2020. It's Tuesday today. So I thought I'd do a little video. I'll see if I can get through this. I don't know, my phone's been messing up. It's saying it's out of storage and all this stuff. I had to reset it like twice last night. So we'll see if we can get through this video. I'll try to make it short. Not much going on. After the video I made last night, I guess they had a lot more riots and all that stuff around the country. And they were having a hard time. They had a tough night last night with all the stuff, the protests and the riots and people burning things and all that stuff. Well, it was still going on last night. So I think they expect another tough night tonight. People are ignoring the curfew and stuff, and there's tear gas and those flash bombs and all the stuff going on with the protesters. Apparently, even if it's peaceful, I guess, like in Washington D.C. it was peaceful, and they started to hit people with flash bombs and rubber bullets and all this stuff to chase people away. As far as that goes, it's gonna take a while for this stuff to settle down. Like I say, you got pockets of violence out there. People don't want violence. That's not the way to do this. So people, they have, in some protests, they have the cops joining the protesters, walking with the protesters, kneeling down with the protesters to pray and stuff like that. Because, this whole thing is just out of control right now. So, but it's still going on. I guess they had a tough night last night, and they expect another tough night tonight. New York City and Washington D.C. and all this stuff. People are gonna ignore the curfew and stuff. As far as like in my city, it hasn't been that bad. One thing about our city up here is, I don't know how to explain it. People step up to protect each other up here. Very close-knit community in the city up here, in northern Minnesota. When that gas station clerk, it was a female, she was getting punched and she was getting hit by 3 or 4 people, right? A skinny little girl clerk was getting punched and kicked by some young guys that don't give a shit about nothing, alright? You know what happened the next night? One of our motorcycle clubs went to the gas station and stood guard all night long to make sure there was no violence. So, that little girl that got beat up, she had some major backup the next night. So she had some major backup the next night with those biker guys that came to protect them. That's one thing about our city. You have to be careful who you mess with. Anyway, that's kind of what I want to talk about. There's really not a whole lot going on. I was watching CNN, MSNBC, I know everyone's against those channels, and they are biased and stuff like that. I realize that. I realize all that stuff, alright? I know all that stuff. But they're out there with the protesters live and all this stuff. You watch it to try to get updates on what's going on in the country, and stuff. So, other than that, as far as targeting goes, it hasn't been too bad of a day. I woke up crabby. I was bitching at these guys because they can hear me. They know they can see me. They can hear me. I was bitching at them, you know. And it wasn't too bad of a day. It was a beautiful day. We had like 86 degrees. So, I mean, I put on shorts and all this stuff. I took Tanner out. I smoked some chicken, on my smoker, which turned out super good. And then me and Tanner went to the park twice today. We were gonna go to the beach. I thought, oh, there's probably tons of cute girls down there. Let's go to the beach and look at some girls. But we didn't do that. We went to the park twice. We went for a little ride and stuff like that to kill some time. So, it wasn't that bad of a day. I tried staying out of the house a little bit here and there and all this stuff. And as far as Tanner goes tomorrow to the vet and has to have his staples taken out. He has a big scar on his stomach because he got fixed. And tomorrow I gotta take him to get his staples out, and stuff. But my point is that, all this negative stuff that's going on in the world today, in our country, in our cities, we got to try to do some positive things to level it out a little bit, We got to do some positive things to level it out a little bit. You hop on Facebook and 95% of it is negative things. You got people making memes nonstop, and don't believe those memes, you guys. They just add their own little paragraph or whatever. They add their own wording. Don't believe those memes. But people are making memes and they're doing all this stuff, and it's all negative stuff, and they're bringing up, they're still talking about old stuff and all this stuff. People, they don't want you to move on. They want to keep you in that mode, that stressful mode of all the stuff that's happened in history. Some people just can't move on. It's deliberate. They do that on purpose, all right? I think a lot of those people get paid to do that stuff. They get paid to do, post negative things on Facebook. Everything is negative, it's all negative. I can't even stand to be on there anymore. And it's, it's the same way all over. People make negative videos and they show, they fearmonger. What they're doing is they're fearmongering us. Be scared. Stay in the house. People, I'll tell you something. There's a lot of hypocritical people out there, right? People are getting mad because the government's telling you to stay in the house. You stay in the house because of this virus, and so it doesn't spread. But you go on YouTube and you look at some videos, and they're fear-mongering you. They're scaring the shit out of you. So you stay in the house. So you don't want to leave the house because you're afraid something's going to happen when you go out. It's I don't know if that's an oxymoron or what. Whatever you want to call it. It's just, there's so much information out there. And people put their own spin on the stories. People tweak it and they manipulate these stories and all this stuff. There's a lot of fear-mongering going on out there. I hope I'm not doing that. I know it's crazy times out there, but I'm still living life. I'm taking my dog to the park. I'm going for rides. I'm going out trying to do the things, some things that I can do as a target. So don't give up your life, you guys, just because of this. If you go to the lake, go to the beach, forget about your problems for a while. And, we have to limit ourselves on Facebook and YouTube because people, they don't do anything. They don't have a life. And they sit there and fearmonger you into what? Staying in your house. Get out there and mingle. look at people. I'm a people watcher. I like to drive through town and watch people. It's something I do. It's like there's all kinds of different people out there. We have a lot of breweries around here. People are out there getting beer. They're supporting our local businesses and stuff like that. We have hard cider places. People are out there enjoying themselves. Sitting outside and having a drink and having something to eat and all that stuff. I enjoy watching people doing positive things. It lifts you up. All this negativity is going to bring you down and make you depressed. So try to level it out a little bit, even it out, and try to, there's a lot of negative out there, but there's a lot of positive things out there too, you guys. We have to look at the positive things out there in our lives. Otherwise you're going to end up in depression. You're not going to have any energy. You're going to be depressed and all this stuff. If the weather's beautiful, get out there and enjoy that weather. Enjoy nature. Walk in the woods by yourself. When I took Tanner to the park the second time, no one was there. And we had these woods in the background. It was so peaceful. It was beautiful out. It was like 76 degrees. It was beautiful out. I'm like, nobody's here. It was just us. I really sucked it in and enjoyed that moment. We have to do that, So anyway, I'm going to cut this off, you guys. I hope you're doing well out there and stuff. And I'll talk to you later.